Hey, good afternoon, Stampers. This is Robin Dawes with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, and I am here today to show you a card that uses five different free things that you can get with Sale-a-Bration right now. So for the first time I can ever remember, Stampin' Up! Is having a second round of Sale-a-Bration, so that if you buy $50 or some of them are buy $100 worth of product, any product, it could be from the new mini catalog or it could be from the regular annual catalog, you will get free product. So I am kind of showcasing a bunch of different free product today. And so that's the news of the day. And the other news is, as always with Sale-a-Bration, there's a great joining special. So even if you never use it again and you don't really want to do classes or try your hand at this fun video stuff, you join now for $99. You get $125 worth of product. That's the usual deal. The big deal now is that you also get some more extra product, and what they are giving you is an entire bundle. There's 12 bundles to choose from the mini catalog. Some are punch bundles, some are die bundles. I can't remember how much the most expensive one is, somewhere in the $50, $60 range. Also free, just add it on, plus free shipping for the whole thing. So be a smart shopper and just join up. And if you need to, let me know. If you need a catalog, just put a little comment here and I'll private message you. So I'm gonna try something new. Hopefully it will work with my videoing today. Obviously, I'm still a little bit of a newbie at this, and if you've noticed, I'm doing all my card making upside down usually, and so I'm gonna try something that will hopefully make it not upside down, but then you have to be patient with me because I will be upside down for just a second here unless I cover you up. So hold on, and we are going to do that and turn you down. Whoop. And hopefully that has worked. Oh, I forgot that I have a special guest sitting here right next to me. My upline Peggy Noe is sitting here with me today, so she is looking to see if this actually worked what I was trying to do here.
Looking great, Robin.
Yay! So I can actually work right side up, which is very exciting to me. So hopefully this will work and we can see everything. So this is my exciting card. So I don't know if you can see all the different free Sale-a-Bration stuff on here, but I will point them all out to you. So first thing you're noticing is the sheep. So these adorable little sheep are from the Counting Sheep. Whoops, see, now I'm so used to putting it upside down that I did. The Counting Sheep, which has these little dancing sheep, which these are the ones that I'm going to be using. And it has these leaping sheep and just this sheepish looking sheep with a little birthday saying, some little grass, you're amazing. So we're going to be using that. And we are going to be using the sheep dies because we're going to stamp and cut out these little dancing sheep and also use this cute little party hat because they're having fun. So that's 2 Sale-a-Bration items. We are also going to be using my favorite actual Sale-a-Bration item, I think. I got 5 of these already, but I think I'm just going to keep getting them until they sell out. These will sell out. This and the sheep dies, they're saying they're only while supplies last, and there's a good chance at some point that they will be selling out. But look at how sparkly it is, and we're going to learn how to color and change the color on that. And then, so that's 1, 2, 3 different things from Sale-a-Bration. We're also going to be using, oh, I keep doing that now. I'm so used to making it upside down. The You Inspire Me from the Delicate Dahlias. And if you didn't watch this, my live last week, you can watch it on Facebook. You can watch it on my YouTube channel, Stamp with Dr. Robin. We used this last week. So that's 5. Why did I think 4? Why did I think I had one more? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, yes. Do you recognize this paper? You may not, because it's actually the back side of this adorable penguin paper. And I think when I showed you this before, I said to you, I think I'll probably be using more of this for the back side. So that's what we're using today. So 5 different free things. All these except for the Delicate Dahlias are for a $50 purchase. And I see Carolyn's watching, who, Carolyn, I don't know if you got your order yet, but Carolyn just put in an order and got some free stuff coming her way. So hopefully it will be there soon. So let's get ready and make this adorable card. So first thing, of course, is our 8.5 by 5.5 paper. This is polished pink, one of our in colors right now. It's scored in the middle at 4 1/4. Just burnish it and put it off to wait for better things. Now for the sheep themselves, I actually cut these out ahead of time. And remember, I showed you the several different sheep that we had. And these are what I'm calling the dancing sheep. And I am using a, what is this, light smoky slate blend. Probably just going to use this tip because there's not a lot of room here. Remember, with your blends, you kind of want to just almost not even get totally to the edge. And because you don't really want to go over. It doesn't make so much of a difference now. Peggy, have you figured out why it looks like this sheep has 3 ears? Like, there's an ear, there's an ear, there's an ear? Have you figured this out?
I think the rest is wool.
This is just wool back here?
I don't know.
I think my sheep has 3 ears.
No.
Well, well, I don't know. I'm going to color them all gray because I can't tell. Because that's all I'm coloring is just his face. And I like to go in little swirls because I don't get lines so much. And then because I'm just using this one, you know, even though it's just the light one, if you go back over it, it's almost like you used the dark on here. See how you can see those eyes a little bit better. Should we color this one too? I'm just confused. I guess I gotta go look at somebody else's and see what they did. All right, so next thing is our sheep needs some tutus. So this little plan came to me one night before I was going to bed, and I actually got up early the next day before work and decided that I had to get started because I knew these sheep needed a dance class. So then the idea was, okay, so they need tutus, right? So what I'm using for their tutus is, this is our in color glimmer paper. I don't know if you can see it glimmer. And I'm using the big daisy punch. And I've got one up. Get all that junk out of there. One in the polished pink and one in the fresh freesia. I'm making a mess of this too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half. And then I'm going to turn them like that and overlap them and get that in between there. And then we've got a tutu. Now I kind of decided that this was a little too much on some of them, and I ended up cutting off one that was sticking out too much. So let's just, yeah, that's a lot of tutu there. But it looks, I think that looks okay. So let's glue these together. I can always cut that one off if I don't like it. So see how I'm kind of letting them overlap there. Yeah, see how that's sticking out too much, so bye-bye to that last little. Bye-bye, we don't need you. Okay, there's one. Let's do the same thing with our pink one. We're gonna cut her in half. Now that I know, I'm definitely cutting off that one, bye-bye. Now I gotta, of course, think, what do I want to do with that? Make a huge dewdrop? I don't know. The biggest dewdrop ever. Gotta make sure on this glimmer paper there is a front and a back. Can you see the difference? So ask how I know that you can screw that up. All right, so that's kind of a little too much glue on there. And I just want to cut that so it looks a little straighter. That's better. Let's see how this one looks. There we go. That looks better, right? So let's just put them aside to dry. Now, what else do we need if we're going to ballet class? Oh, we need some ballet shoes. Of course we need some ballet shoes. So we are going to use our glimmer paper for some ballet shoes, and we're also going to use our glimmer paper for some hats. And if you noticed on my card, they were not gold. They were fresh freesia and polished pink so that they could match their lovely little tutus. So there's lots of ways to color this glimmer paper. Because I'm only coloring little small pieces, I'm going to use my stamping blends. I've seen other people, Peggy made a card last week on her sweet stampers, on her pretty paper cards, and she actually painted it on using the ink refills. I've also seen people use the ink refills with alcohol in a spritzer, but that makes a bigger mess. So I'm just going to use my brush side of my blend. And you don't want to do it straight on. This is really kind of rough paper. And so it could, I suppose if you made a lot of this stuff, really rough up your blend. And I'm doing it pretty lightly. So we want a little bit of pink and a little bit of fresh freesia. And I'm using the dark on both of them. See how light that looks, even with, at least I wanted to use the dark. Let's make sure, yep, dark fresh freesia. I wanted it to match my tutus, but otherwise I would tell you pick a darker color, because you can see that polished pink one looks a little bit better. Okay, so let's bring in our die cutting, because we want to cut a cute little hat. Okay, so we need a hat out of the pink. Now this paper, I don't know how many of you have it, this paper is quite thick. So going up and back, even on these ones that aren't, you know, this is not an intricate die, is good. So we got a pink hat, and now let's get a fresh freesia hat. Stay on there. See, it is coming off a little bit on my plate. Ideally, you let this dry a little bit on here before you start playing with it, because it does get a little bit on things and on your fingers and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see the plates a little bit colored. Okay, so now we have a fresh freesia hat. Just move this out of the way. We're going to need you again, so don't go very far. Okay, and then what are we going to do about the shoes? Well, see all this little extra stuff? That's what became my shoes. Just this little part at the bottom. And all I did was hold this over her foot They're definitely she's today. Use. Can you see that? And then, whoops. Hold it where you want on the front. I suppose you could glue it down, and then wait while it dried before you cut your little shoe. And all I'm doing is cutting around where her foot is. So you see that? So there's one. I suppose if I was doing a lot of these, I'd probably get good at just doing this without doing what I'm doing, because you just get good at knowing how big a thing you want to cut here. Let's turn it over, see how that looks. That looks kind of too fat. It's a little teeny piece, so you know, ballet shoes are not pointy, they're kind of round. I think that was the back one. Working with these little teeny pieces. Yep, that's too big. That's what I thought it was going to be. I thought about even putting little laces, because ballet shoes are laced onto your leg, and I tried that. These legs are too small. That did not work. All right, so let's just put a little dot of glue here, a little dot of glue here. Now you know why I cut these out ahead of time, because I knew this was going to take some time to get their little shoes on right. And I think we're going to make this one a little smaller too. Plus, once this dries, you can actually, you know, go around the back and redo it if you want to. Whoops. No. Stay on there. Okay. This is why we're doing this first, so that they can dry. And we can put her little hat on too. And we can probably even put her little tutu on. And I think I'm gonna take my bone folder and holding it real tight here, so if it's not quite dry, it'll stay, because she's just dancing so fast. Her tutu is just blowing in the wind. Oh my gosh. Now you just want to do it so you can see those little feet. Okay, hold on. I don't want to smush things while they're drying. See how you can see her feet? Her little dancing feet? Okay, so little fresh freesia guy, are you ready? Oh, not guy, this is definitely a girl. Are you ready for your shoes? Are they adorable?
They are precious.
And believe me, you guys, while I was making these, even though you weren't here, I was talking to them. I was asking them, how do you like your little dance shoes? Are you having fun at dance class today? They told me they were. I think I'm going to just freehand this and see if that even works better. I think that is going to work just fine. I'm kind of afraid to look at my fingers and see how much ink I have on my fingers. Well, there's one shoe. Like I said, ideally you would be kind of letting these dry a little bit before you played with them like this, so then you wouldn't get them all over your fingers quite so much. How's that shoe? The nice thing is the shoe just kind of covers, so you don't really have to care if it's a little bigger than their foot is. Well, by the 10th sheep, I'll probably be really good at this. Just a teeny drop of glue, teeny drop of glue. There we got one shoe. There we got the other shoe. Let's get your skirt. What do you think? Thank you, Janelle. I think they're adorable too. Hi, Carolyn. Oh, Leslie's on here too. All right, let's just try to angle it, see how I did it so you could see their little ballet slippers. I'm gonna cover up what looks like a third ear to me. Sorry, it bugs me.
It's not a third.
It's not a third ear, Peggy says.
I guess.
Well, I don't know any sheep with 3 ears either, but I don't know why these have 3. All right, one more thing we're gonna color, and that is this scalloped oval, and that's from the double oval punch here. Okay, and so we need enough for that, and I believe I did that in the fresh freesia also. So we'll just kind of keep going on our little fresh freesia here. Of course, this one, you know what I'm going to do before I finish that? I think I want it a little darker, is I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out because I really only need to do ones that are totally going to be in here. And that said, I only really need around the outside to be darker. So you can see the difference if you're going to put like a second coat on. Can you see the difference between the outside and the inside? Okay. All right, now let's stamp our sentiment. Remember, our sentiment came from the dahlias, and it's going to be in our polished pink. And I need to get a little scratch paper out of here to do it on. And we're going to get our piercing mat because it's a photopolymer one. Get that out of the way before we smush it. And it says, "You inspire me." Now, a lot of times I will cut these out or punch them out before I stamp and just punch some extras. I think I could do better than that. Looked like there were a little smush on there. But really, if you, this one barely fits in the oval, which makes it much easier to stamp it first and then punch it. See how we're using just the little bottom oval. See how it barely fits in there. And look, I got one for next time. Okay. And actually, you know what? I am going to take our little piece of basic white to use for the inside. And there is a little teeny stamp in here of the little hat, the little party hat. Because remember, we have these are true party animals. Party sheep. Oh, that one's got a lot of smush around the outside. So let's get a little bit of party on the inside. There we go. Party on the outside, party on the inside. Okay, so we could put that on our inside now because it's ready to go. Great. You know, I figured we could use this oops, these are going to be kind of like that. I'm so used to doing cards going the other direction, going portrait, not landscape. So they're going to be in the top instead of the bottom, which is where I usually have them. All right, hopefully that little piece is dry so that this will stick. I like glue when I'm gluing on things like this that are bumpy and tend to move. And then we'll get a couple little dimensionals for the back. All right, and I think we can put, remember I said this was our, our penguin paper, but you would never know it. It's now just star paper, where our sheep can be the stars. And then the other things we need is, what are our sheep going to stand on? So I have a little piece of the, oh gosh, Peggy, help me out. I always forget this paper. Tasteful,
In Good Taste.
In Good Taste paper. Thank you. See, isn't it good to have your own little consultant here?
It's nice to do it with another person.
Anyways, so we got a little piece of that paper, and we're going to take one of our basic border dies. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this. This is one of those interesting ones in the back of the annual catalog that I think people don't notice because it doesn't have a matching stamp set, but it has all these cool borders, and we're just going to use this plain oval one just to cut out a little place for our little sheep to do their ballet lesson. And this is 4 by about 2 inches or so. And then we also want a bar. This is the thing that took me the hardest, to find a bar for them for their class. So look real closely. Can anybody tell where that came from? It actually came from the Smooth Sailing die set that's about 1.5 years old, the one that has like the sailboat and the lighthouse and the anchor, and that was the closest thing I had to a bar, and I figured when I put it on this paper, you will see that it is very close. Now remember, with this, our little baby machine here, we don't want these edges totally lined up. It actually works better if they're not lined up. It'll just catch on to it a little easier like that. And put it through. And then we have the magic unveiling. And we have our little embossed. And we have our little bar for our ballet class. Can you see that? Isn't that cute?
I love that bar.
Yeah, so it's not just, I mean, in the set, I think it's really supposed to be used as a rope, but that's the back, in case you want to know which one I used. The back is that pretty blue tile one. So this is, oh, I said 4, actually it's 5 1/4, so that it fits just right on here. And then I'm not going to stick this bar down quite yet because I want to see where it's going to make sense for my little sheepies. So my little sheepies need some, hopefully they're all dry. They need some dimensionals too, so that they are dancing off the page. So I want to put all my little dimensionals on. And I just kind of, the nice thing about dimensionals is, you know, they have that other backing, and so it makes it much easier to kind of play with a little and see where you're going to want them, so it looks like they're at the bar. All you dance ladies know what I'm talking about. So that looks like that's going to be good. And I also wanted to make sure I was going to have enough room for that. That looks good. All right, so let's get our bar. Uh-oh. How should I do that? I know what I'll do. I'll line this up, and you can see that line down the middle, and that's what I'm going to go for. I love our grid paper. It helps me because I'm straight line challenged. I really have a hard time getting things on straight lines. So I actually tend to use this grid paper quite a bit by saying, okay, fine. if the big, you know, this end, this top side is here, this up, now, and then when it sticks to your finger, that doesn't help.
They are loving your darling ballerinas. Megan says, too cute, Robin.
Oh, hi, Megan.
And Janelle says, they are so darn cute.
I know, don't they just make you smile? All right, I think I could put this down now, too. Just right in the middle so that, oh, let's again see, I am straight challenged here. All right, little ballerina guys, girls. I don't know if I could make a male ballerina. I guess you'd have to have those cute little tight black leotard pants on. I suppose you can dress them up however you want. All right, which one is the winner here? The fresh freesia ballerina or the polished pink ballerina? I don't have to ask Peggy. I know what she would say.
Pink, pink, pink.
Pink, pink all the way. And then, of course, what card is complete without some bling? Of course, you have to get to the bling. What is this, a freaking child-proof thing? A little too child-proof for me. I think I had some out here, but you would not believe what a mess this is here now. And because we want lots of bling, we're using the big one. Okay, see these? This is all that's left, I think, of these in color 2021, 2023 in color jewels. Okay, this is all that's left because honestly, you look at every single card and go, oh, bling, let's get some bling on that card. And if you're using your in colors, what are you going to reach for, right? I think we'll just bling this one up a ton. Usually we say we want to have an odd number, so yeah, one more. Too bad if it's odd or even. It just needed one more. Well, what do you think, guys?
Adorable.
She's so cute. Our little dancing twins. I just love them. They just make me laugh. So hopefully they make you guys laugh too, and you can get the, I mean, pretty much everything on this page except for the punches. Yeah. Oh, and this paper. And the polished pink paper. Everything else is from our, is free. Free. Of course, you gotta buy some other stuff, but don't you need some more basic white or ink refills or something like that? So that's it for today. Oh, Vicky's on too. Hi, Vicky. I think I'm not going to put you up because then I'm going to be backwards and upside down. So I'll say goodbye from here and I will see you next Monday. Oh, but I can't see how to finish on here. I will see you next Monday at 1 o'clock. So take care. Have fun. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.